Arochuku, sometimes referred to as Arochuku or Aro-Okigbo, is the third largest city in Abia State in southeastern Nigeria and homeland of the Igbo subgroup Aro people. It is composed of 19 villages with an overall leader called Eze Aro.Arochukwu is a principal historic town in Igboland. It was also one of the cities in the southern protectorate targeted by the British colonial government. Several historic tourist sites exist in the city. The mystic People.It shrine, the slave routes and other relics of the slave trade era are frequently visited by tourists. It is also in the food belt of Abia State where most of the staple foods are produced. History. Arochukwu is believed to have been the homeland of the Igbo as they arrived in 300 AD from the Benue Valley and founded early states like Obong, Okanita and Ibom. Many years passed as Igbo immigrants came along and pressed into the Igbo-occupied territory and founded several states. The first Igbo group were the Eze group led by the leader Agwu in Abia. As Aro-Okigbo wars occurred, there was a stalemate. In reaction, the Eze Agwu clan invited a priest named Dachi from the Ede clan of northeastern Igboland and another group from the east of the Cross River, through Nachi. These people were identified as the AKPA people. AKPA forces led by Ozomandakumo Nubi, they helped the Igbo forces capture the rest of the area. This formed the alliance of 19 new and old states in the area known as the Arochuku Kingdom around 1650 to 1700. The first king of a unified Arochuku was Akuma, but after his death, Nachi's son Okdachi took over and his descendants have the throne to this day. By the mid-18th century, there were mass migrations of several Aro business families into the Igbo hinterland and adjacent areas. This migration, influence of the god Ibini through priests, and the military power backed up by alliances with several related neighboring Igbo and Eastern Cross River militarized states quickly established the Aro Confederacy as a regional economic power. However, Aro economic hegemony was threatened by the penetration of Europeans, mainly British colonists, in the wake of the 20th century. Tensions finally led to bloodshed and the Anglo Aro War took place from 1901–1902. The Aro Confederacy stoutly resisted but were eventually defeated. This helped the British to occupy the rest of what is now known as eastern Nigeria. The city of Onitsi was founded by Igbo group from Arochukwu under the leadership of Izchima. People of Arochukwu founded many other communities both within and outside Igboland. Arochukwu played a significant role in the transatlantic slave trade of the 1600 to 1800 AD. The Aro Confederacy scattered throughout the hinterlands of the Igbo nation, in coalition with several Igbo tribal leaders, orchestrated the sale of over 4 million Igbo sons and daughters during the transatlantic slave trade. Many Igbo slaves who were shipped from the slave outposts in Calabar and Bonny to Europe and the Americas were first assembled in Arochukwu, and then transported to Calabar or Bonny via the Aro Blue River, which pours into the Atlantic Ocean. Most Igbo slaves were shipped to North Carolina and Virginia in the United States. Igbo slaves were also shipped to the Caribbean islands of Jamaica, Haiti, and Cuba. Demography. The kingdom is mostly Igbo with Ibibio and AKPA minorities. The main language in Arochukwu is Igbo while Ibibio is also spoken. The population of Arochukwu proper is 10,776. The local government area had a population of 193,820 in 2011, up from 97,800 in 1991. Etymology. Arochuku is one of the only cities in Igboland named after God. Though named after God, it was named this before the advent of Christianity in Igboland, stemming from the belief in one supreme being. Aro translates as spear and Chukwu as God. Put together, this could imply spear of God. Notable people: Mazi Alvin Nikoku as OBE educationalist, Eze Aro.7 Mazi Kanu Oji OBE, Con. CFR, longest ruling monarch in the world, Sir Alexander Onyedor, first Nigerian manager with Shell, John I, Ajiolu, pioneer agriculturist, Nwakantma Akoro, past president Nigerian Bar Association and first San from southeastern Nigeria, Okereka Ivanwies Michael Daniel, information and communications technologist, Angela Onyedor, arts promoter and socialite, Stanley Okoronkwo, pioneer Vasco da Gama and AMP, Rangers football club player, Nwankwo Kanu's footballer, Chidi Imoh athlete, Nnamdi Udo aeronautic engineer, Victor I, Okoronkwo, first Arochuku general manager SPDC, Omanuko, Professor Ashinivu K. Ashinivu's first Ph.D. holder in music in Abia State, Samau Ubanwa OFR, Dr. Alex Cioti OFR, Dr. OKW Eugene Anna, Professor Okoro Ijema, HRH Enga, Ogbonna C. Iro Mantus is Okporo Endi Autonomous Community, Pioneer Executive Vice Chairman, Nigerian Communications Commission.